Well, howdy YouTube, Unky Joe here, Unky Joe's Playhouse. Today, we're going to do something a little out of the ordinary. I usually don't put systems together. I don't find them all that exciting a video, but I wanted to share this one with you today to show you what's possible using used parts. I'm the king of cheap, as you know. I save these parts because you never know when they're going to come in handy. Now, the beauty of used parts, well, at least when it comes to motherboards and CPUs, is they're really not all that faster today than they were, say, 5 or 6 years ago. It's just now they make CPUs with a whole lot more cores, so they can do more things at one time. That's not what I need in this machine. This motherboard that we're going to put in here, this is my workstation from 8-10 years ago. It's a gigabyte motherboard. It's a GAZ77DS3H. It's got an i5 processor in it. It's got dual PCI Express slots. It was designed for the ATI Radeon Crossfire cards, but we're not going to be using that for this video. It's got 4 RAM slots, USB 3 ports. It's got PCI Express plus PCI, normal PCI lanes in here, so we can use both types of cards. Again, we're going to put 8 gig of RAM in it, and I've got some G-Skill 4 gig DIMM modules laying around. We're going to put those in there. This is going to be, as part of my managed services to my clients, we provide the equipment required to run our software to do the remote management and monitoring. And that's what this build is going to be about. Right now at this client, I have an AMD processor. It's an Athlon X4 processor. And the machine is just really power hungry. If you know those older AMD X4 processors, they could run at 95 watts TDP. And it's just kind of a power pig. This one is a lot more power efficient. So what we're going to do is build out of the parts that I have here another machine to take over the role of those managed services and the programs that they run. So I am a firm believer in recycle, reuse, retask. So it's going to be a good use of equipment. Now, the only concern I have is I cannot remember whether this i5 processor has a built-in video on it. I believe it does, and you can see the motherboard have the connectors for VGA, DVI, and HDMI right here. If it doesn't have the built-in GPU on the CPU, that's fine. We have another video card we can put in there, but I don't want to put it in there if I don't have to. I don't want to have to add any parts to this that are not required absolutely to get the job done. So this unit, when assembled, will probably use about half the amount of energy. I would imagine that AMD Athlon I have there right now is running at about 100 watts, running full bore. This one will probably be down to around the 50 to 75 watt mark. We'll see when we get it built. You'll get some. We'll give you some energy readings so you can see them for yourself. So let's get a close-up view of the parts now, and then we'll put it over on the bench. Hand it over to Jerry, my assistant and my partner, and he's going to build this this beast of an IT managed solutions provider's computer. So you'll get to see the peanut butter, or the what is this term? You get to see how the sausage is made. So we'll put the parts together. We're going to do a close-up here of the parts so you can see them all, and we're going to hand it over to my assistant Jerry, and he's going to assemble this beast of a managed service provider's IT computer, and we'll see how it all works out in the end. This is how you can tell you're old, when you have to have a headlight on to be able to see. This is why I should have hired a 20-year-old to put these computers together. Oh, there I go in front of the light again. So my assistant's doing well. He's moved from it taking him an hour to install 2 drives to 30 minutes. So I'd say that's an improvement.
And so here we have the completed computer setup. We got a DVD rewritable in there. We've got a removable 4 terabyte drive. I've got a couple of these, and we swap them out every couple of weeks, so we get backup rotation at this site, and it just makes it easy, real easy to change out the backup drives. And so there you are. It's all assembled and ready to go. And now we will take a look on the inside, and as you can see, we've done our best with what we have, but it looks like everything got put in there correctly. Everything's out of the way of the airflow and ready to deliver it to the client. Alright, so this is what all that hard work has been for. This is the unit that's going to be replaced at the client location. This is my little desk at the client location. Nice little desk. I've got a little 8-port PoE Unify switch. Got a phone on my desk, and I got a filing cabinet because I'm somebody. So this is my little IT niche here at this client location. And like I say, this unit we're going to replace, so I'm going to unjoin it from the domain just by doing a reset on the account. And then we'll put the new one in place and show you what that looks like. Alright, so we've got the new or replacement unit in place, and as you can see, it is booting up. We've gone from a AMD quad-core to an Intel i5 3570, I believe this is, with an SSD drive. You know the specs when we built it, but here it is in place, and I've just joined it to the domain, and we'll go ahead and get it configured, but it is in place and ready to go. Okay, I'm going to go handheld here for just a minute. Okay, we've got this unit back at the shop now that we just replaced out at the client location. And I'm going to get it, this thing was a noisy unit. Of course, it's hard to tell with the air conditioning running in here, but just give you an idea of the noise of this thing. It is up to the desktop. It is logged in. None of it's working because it's not at the client location anymore, but I want you to see how many watts this thing pulls. It just it's sitting at the desktop, 130 watts. This is that AMD quad-core Athlon, I forget the model, I'll get you the model number. It was never known, I think this CPU had a 95 watt TDP on it, but you can see it's idling at about anywhere from 90 to 100 watts. That's a big honking chunk of wattage there. That's about a half or a third of one of my servers at full load. So the unit we replaced this with, as you saw, drew about, what, 45, 55 watts at idle. So yeah, it was a good idea. It was time to change that unit out. This has been a good unit. This motherboard's been in several different cases, and its time has passed now. And in fact, it's not very power efficient at all, so that's one of the main reasons I'm replacing it. But this was an MSI motherboard and an AMD Athlon X4 chip it served its purpose. So, all right, so we got the unit all built. It was fun. Yeah, no, it wasn't fun. But again, this is how I use my parts in my business. I recycle them. So the unit that I took out of there was probably back from 07, so it's, what, 12 years old. I probably got that board in 08. It's closer to 08. The BIOS was in 07, but I don't remember when I bought the board. But suffice it to say, that was back on my AMD phase. But anyway, we got the unit replaced. We got the i5 unit in there. And what I failed to do was show you the power consumption on that i5 unit that we built to replace this AMD Athlon X4, and it was by half. So at idle it was about 45 watts, and then at full load it was about 55 to 60 watts. Now keep in mind this new unit has an SSD in there. It doesn't have a spinning hard drive. Well, it does have the 4 terabyte spinning drive. You saw that. That's a backup drive that we're using. And we put it in place, joined it to the domain, and I had to load some additional software on there, but it's up and running, and I'm glad I did it, because man, my remote desktop is a whole lot faster now that I don't have a spinning hard drive in the unit. And what's really funny is when we replaced the unit, we replaced that Sunday night. Today is Monday. So I like to do these maintenance windows on the weekends and in the evenings. So we went out there last night, replaced the unit. It was funny because when I shut the unit down on my desktop at that client location, it got mighty quiet. Mighty quiet. And then when we turned the new unit on, my business partner Jerry was, "Is it on?" Yeah, we're like, "Yeah, it's on. You just barely hear it." So, and then I delivered it without a side cover because I left the side cover there at the client site. And even with that, we had some fan noise, but it wasn't bad. And once you put the cover on, you couldn't hear a thing. So I started this video on my birthday, the 22nd of January of 2019, and today is the 4th of February. And so you can see how long just one video has taken me to make, and I've had to stop and remember to film along the way as well, because I wanted you all to be part of this. And then we had to schedule it, we had to do the delivery, we had to install, we had to set up software. So like I said, all told, this video is taken from the 22nd of January till the day I posted it here on YouTube. And that's how long some of these videos takes. You may only see 5 or 10 minutes worth of video, but I've been working on it for a couple of weeks. So, but anyway, that's another day in the life of an IT guy. And when you provide managed services to the customer, at least when we do, we always make sure we provide the monitoring equipment for the client. In fact, I think we're going to go to a lend-lease kind of thing with our clients moving forward, because we can pick up these servers relatively cheap off of eBay and then lease them out to our clients to run their operations. And as we're segueing into new ways to do the desktop and to do virtual machines, we're taking our clients along with us. So I wanted you to be a part of this, part of what you see me do with a client. I want you to be a part of that. So there you go. We hope you found the video entertaining and informative as always. I'm sorry, I've got allergies and respiratory infections still, so I'm fighting it, but I'm fighting the good fight, and I'm going to keep a good bitch down, as they say. Anyway, hope you found the video entertaining and informative. Come back, see us again. Donate if you're so inclined. PayPal, Patreon. Thumbs up down below. Leave your comments down in the comment section. We got some more great videos coming up as the weeks progress, depending on my health. So I might have to take a few days break or a week break, but we'll see. I'm going to go to the doctor and get this respiratory infection looked at, because it's been going on entirely too long. So make sure you come back and see us again, and please don't forget that we'll see you on the other side.